Do you want to learn that one error parents commit because of which the self-esteem of your child gets hit? You know, this one error causes your child to feel guilty, and guilt is not the emotion one must wallow in. Guilt is not the emotion a person should feel, because that's a negative emotion, that's a very disempowering emotion. It takes away power from you. It strips you naked. You feel inadequate when you feel guilty. You don't take 100% action towards your goals. So do you want to know what that one error is? One common error that destroys self-esteem and enhances guilt is the why. Now, what do I mean by that? Whenever your child commits a mistake, or you commit a mistake, or your husband commits a mistake, a few housewives are whenever, say always. So, whenever this happens, the way our society is, the way our culture is, our society, our culture teaches us to ask one question. And we feel this is the most important question one must ask. Now, what question is that? The moment your child commits a mistake, what do we ask? Why you did it? Why? Yake? Why? Q? Why did you do it? Isn't that correct? Yes or yes? Yes. Most of us do that. 99.9% of the population does that. Whenever a mistake is committed, we ask, why? As if it's going to give you the reason. Because whatever, in the process of answering the why, all your child can give you is an excuse or a list of excuses. That's a fact. Whenever you don't do something, let's say you mess up your business and your wife comes and asks you why. You say, economy ठीक नहीं है, customers ठीक नहीं है, आजकल लोग ठीक नहीं है, weather ठीक नहीं है, system गलत है, country ठीक नहीं है, दुनिया ठीक नहीं है, मैं ठीक नहीं हूँ, तुम ठीक नहीं हो, तुम ही मनुष्य हो, पूछ रही हो क्यों? So all these things. So what is happening here is, whenever a mistake is committed, and when you ask why when the mistake is committed, all you get is a list of excuses. Nothing else. There's no solution to it. And the more excuses you give, it's a wall that you create around you. And this wall gives you permission to commit more mistakes. Because you have a reason now to commit mistake. Why did you score less in math? Ma, because I'm not good in math, na? That's it. Now he's got the authority, he's got permission. These excuses give you permission to commit mistakes. These excuses give you permission to commit mistakes. So what's the point asking why? One thing that I wanted to make a note is, if you want to change your life, change the questions that you're asking yourself. If you want to change your life, change the questions that you ask yourself. Because when you observe the thinking process, one thing that you would learn is, thinking process is nothing else but evaluation process. You keep asking questions, you keep getting answers. You keep asking questions, you keep getting answers. When you ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. Simple. Simple. Now, let's say you don't want to watch television, and somehow you cannot control yourself. This is a remote. And then after your program you feel guilty. Why do I do this? I don't want to watch television. How many times I made the decision not to watch the television, but even then I watched the television. I was supposed to study. Why do I watch the television? Then the mind gives you the answer. Because you're not focused. Because you're not serious. Because you're not responsible. How do you know that? Because your parents have told you. You see that? The moment you ask a question, your mind does a Google search. Your mind does a Google search. And then it's going to bring answers to you. If you ask, why did I do that? Your mind would go, because you're not responsible. Now let's say you decide not to eat something. And you catch yourself eating that gobi manchuri. Halfway through, you know that you are on a weight loss program or weight release program, okay, and you catch yourself. What do you ask? Why do I do this? Why do I eat all these things? Because you're not a human, you're an animal. That's where the mind would go. Because you're not serious. Because being fat runs in your family. It's genes. You cannot control. This is who you are. These are the things that will come to your mind. And I've seen a lot of parents, husband and wife, all they do is before going to sleep, when they have a problem with their child, when they're discussing their child's problem with one another, there is a list of whys they ask. यहाँ के ईद मारते रहते हो ना? क्यों कर रहा है ये ऐसा? Why is he doing this? I don't know. See how many times we have asked him to focus. We have explained it to him so nicely, but even then he does that. What is the problem? Why is this happening? Then at the end of the conversation, the husband blames the wife, the wife blames the husband, both fight, so jate. And it's, वो continue होता रहता है. Remember this, whenever a mistake is committed, never ask why. Whenever a mistake is committed, never ask why. Because all you will get is a list of excuses. काम वाली को कभी क्यों ऐसे किया करके पूछ के देखो. काम वाली ने मतलब the maid servant, if she hasn't cleaned your house properly, if she hasn't swept properly, if she hasn't done her work properly, ask her, why did you do this, Kanta Bhai? Oh, क्या बताओ मेरे मदद का लगा ध्यान नहीं लगा. She'll go on and on and on and on. मेरे पति में वो रोज मारता है, पी के मारता है, मेरा ध्यान ही नहीं लगता. Oh, she'll go and then वाई पूछ के गलती हो जाएगी, 100 रुपया लेकर चली जाएगी. Right? So never ask why. Never ever ask why. क्यों तुमने ऐसे किया? Excuse देगा. What's the worst excuse? Guess what? मैं ऐसा ही हूँ, इसलिए मैंने ऐसा किया. This kills. This is a loser's pattern. This is a loser's pattern. The moment you say, मैं ऐसा ही हूँ, that means to say you're accepting defeat. You're being a loser. That wouldn't serve any purpose whatsoever. So instead of asking why, what should you do then? I'm going to give you, a 4-step process that would help you get what you want, especially when mistakes are committed. Listen to me very carefully. I'm going to give you a 4-step process that would help you get what you want. Okay? And at the same time, it's also going to help your child have good or high self-esteem, improve his focus, and focus on what matters. There are 4 steps to it.